We've been lied to. People think leadership is about strategy, productivity, performance metrics. But here's the truth. If you don't know how to manage emotion, you will never manage people. Stick with me. In the next few minutes, I'll show you the 4 skills that every leader needs to lead effectively, and it's not what you think. These 4 skills will change how you lead today. Your job isn't to manage people, it's to manage emotion, yours and everyone else's. If you can't do that, forget about strong teams. This is what builds or breaks trust. This is what leadership really looks like at work, at home, in every room that you walk into. And stay with me, because most leaders get one of these completely wrong and don't even realize it. Know your emotional state. At work, that means catching your tone before it cuts someone off. At home, it's knowing when you're projecting stress that doesn't really belong there. Can you read the room? Leaders who see what others miss lead better. This is composure. You stay grounded when things go sideways. You respond with purpose and not panic. This is real influence. You coach, you motivate, you resolve conflict without making it personal. Most people drop the ball on 1 or 2 of these things, and it shows. I want you to drop it in the chat. When you see this actually happen, what does it look like and how does it make you feel? So let's look at what it really looks like when EQ shows up or when it doesn't. Let's make this real, folks. EQ isn't a theory, it's a behavior. It shows up in the moment. It starts with self-awareness. What am I feeling and how is this showing up every day? At work, that awareness can show up in your tone. At home, it can stop an argument before it starts. Can you stay grounded when things go wrong? That's what earns trust, not titles. When it's tough, do you adjust or do you shut down? EQ leaders adapt, not to please, but to connect. They listen, they adjust, and they lead with impact. This is emotional intelligence in action. Let's make it personal. You've worked with all kinds of leaders, some who lead with emotional intelligence and some who didn't. They did not know the difference. Here's an activity that I'd like you to do. We're going to spot what sets them apart. Think back to 2 leaders that you've worked with who really embodied emotional intelligence and one who really missed the mark. Ask yourself these 3 things. What did they say or do that really stood out? How did they handle stress, feedback, or conflict? What impact did they have on morale, communication, or trust? Now take a minute. I want you to write down 3 to 5 behaviors that you observed from each of these leaders. Drop 1 word or phrase in the chat. And if you're watching the replay, pause here and actually do this. And for those that are watching the live, I want you to complete when you get a chance after the live has ended. Reflection, this is where real growth starts. This is when leadership is built, not in theory, but in how you choose to show up every single day at work and at home. Let's bring this home now. Whether you're leading a team or just leading yourself, high EQ leaders do these 4 things. If you've been listening but not taking notes, this is the time to lock it in. These 4 shifts will change how people experience you. This is the split second that shifts everything. It's intention over impulse. Crisis reveals who you really are. People remember how you show up. EQ leaders don't default, they adapt. Not to please, but to connect. Listening isn't agreement, it's leadership, and it builds fast trust. If you're doing 2 or 3 of these things already, yes, I need you to keep going. And if not, I need you to start here right now. Calm is control. It's what earns trust when things go sideways. If you're not clear, people won't follow you. Confidence makes them feel safe. Saying no doesn't make you hard to work with. It actually makes you focused. Posture, presence, and tone. EQ leaders are aware of it all. When you think of celebrities, influencers, politicians, actors, actresses, I want you to think about this. Do you think that they practice the EQ behaviors? And if you do, tell us why in the chat. Every one of these is a habit. Start with one and practice it until it's how you lead. Let's close with this reminder from Daniel Goleman, one of the foundational voices in emotional intelligence. If you don't have self-awareness, if you can't manage emotion or lead with empathy, it doesn't matter how smart you are, you won't go far. That's the truth. Real leadership does not start with your team. Real leadership does not start with your family. It starts with you. If today hit home for you, don't stop here. Let's keep growing together. Next Monday, I'm diving into how to motivate yourself and level up in your life, especially when no one's clapping for you yet. If you haven't seen it yet, watch next why emotional intelligence is more important than IQ. It builds perfectly on what we have covered today. If workplace conflict is draining your team's energy, read my blog. Head over to my website, Harmony in the Office. This blog is packed with practical ways to lead through tension. If you want more exclusive content, monthly Q&A sessions with me, I'd love to have you on Patreon for just $5 a month. These takeaways only matter if you act on them. Our quick check-in. The activity is called Stop, Start and Continue. What do you need to stop doing that drains your energy? What can you start doing that builds emotional intelligence? And what's the one thing that you want to continue doing to lead with impact? Thank you for being here. If this session helped you shift your mindset, that's leadership in action. If you're watching the replay, like, share, and subscribe. It helps others find this message and grow with you. As always, remember to learn, love, and live. Stay blessed.